Shalom, family. Meet Ehud from the tribe of Benjamin, a left handed warrior Yah used to deliver Israel from Moab. For 18 years, Israel served Moab's king Eglon. Yah chose Ehud, whose left hand became his weapon of surprise. He crafted a double edged sword dagger, entered the palace under tribute, and struck down the oppressor in one swift move. Then he led Israel into victory and brought 80 years of peace. Ehud teaches us that Yah uses what makes us different to fulfill his purpose. Your weakness might be the very thing that brings deliverance to your people. Never underestimate how Yah can use you, even in unexpected ways. Read all about Ehud in the book of Judges, chapters 3, verses 12 through 30. Remember to walk boldly in your calling. Now listen to this song from the Light of Yah series. Shalom.
They said I wasn't fit, called me broken from birth. They measure me by weakness, but you measure my worth. Eyes roll when I rose, they dismiss what I carried. But he knows the rejected, not the one they all married. They laughed at my left and said I'd never go far, but the Ruach was training me like a silent guitar, sharpening a gift in the shadows they ignored. What they labeled as a flaw became the key to the wall. They saw a lane, saw a leader in the sky. They saw worthless, he was opening my eyes. While they favored the strong and they outward the door, yeah, I was honing the judge with a hidden soul. They said I was slow, but yeah, I said I strike first. They saw a flaw, but he was forging strategy. Left out, left behind, left-handed, but never left by him. They call it special needs. You said was specially needed. The weapon was hidden on the side they ignored. For it is written, woe to the people who stray. And if you didn't know already, you gon' learn today. Judges 3:12 through 17 don't play. When Yahshua sins, yeah, lest the enemy stay. We turn from his ways, so the curse took root. He raised up a Moabite to reap the fruit. Eglon sat on the throne with a stomach like an idol, Buddha-shaped belly, but his spirit was suicidal. He gathered Ammon and Amalek to storm our land, took Jericho's gates with a greedy hand. 18 years of tribute, silver and shame. We were bending at the waist while he mocked our name. He feasted while the children cried in the dust. He got fat off our labor while we choked on our trust. They said I forgot that our strength was done, but a deliverer was rising with a hidden one. They said I was slow, but yeah, I said I strike first. They saw a flaw, but he was forging strategy. Left out, left behind, left-handed, but never led by him. They call it special needs. You said was specially needed. The weapon was hidden on the side they ignored. They chose me to bring the tribute. Thought I posed no threat, just a left-handed reject. They were safe to forget, but a Ruach had me crafting what they couldn't detect. A double-edged secret, yeah, himself was perfect. I strapped the blade to the side they never inspect. Right thigh stayed empty, left I kept it in check. They saw tribute in my hands, not the judgment I kept, cause the weapon was hidden where the mockery slept. I told the king I got a message none else should hear, so we cleared out the room thinking death wasn't near. Fat belly on his throne, smug grin on his face, but Yah's vengeance was rising to reclaim the space. I reached to the side that the proud ignored, and the blade kissed his gut like a virus stored. Handle disappeared where the belly overflowed, and the throne of the oppressor became his burial mode. I slipped out through the porch where the filth ran below, while the servants stood waiting thinking nature was slow. They caught a whiff for decay but still guarded the door, not knowing their king lay laid on the floor. By the time they found his body, I was long off sight, climbing up to frame where the chosen ignite. I put the shofar to my lips, let the war cry ring, and the ones who once doubted said, Barak, y'all just never knew. We marched the Moab's army with the strength they forgot. 10,000 men fell for the sins they wrought. Not a single one escaped when the prophecy poured in the land at rest, cause the left hand roared. I never chose the mighty, I breathed on the refused. I lift the ones they label broken, twisted, or misused. I hide my power in the vessels that the world calls small, so when deliverance breaks out, they know I did it all. I crown the underestimated, make the outcast swing. I raise judges from the shadows while the proud serve kings. What they call a limitation is a weapon in my hand. I don't need the ones they honor, I move through the unknown. They said I was slow, but yeah, I said I strike first. They saw a flaw, but he was forging strategy. Left out, left behind, left handed, but never left by him. They call it special needs. You say we're specially needed.